How are you? How's life? How's the business? How's the summer going? Hopefully you're having a great time. I wanted to chat today about the psychology of influence. If you guys are not familiar with Cialdini's, this guy, he wrote a book about the psychology of influence, and in it he's describing six principles of influence. And what I want to show you, a lot of people, are kind of like diving into how do I do that with my funnels? How do I do that with my, hey Manfredo, how do I do that with my marketing? How do I do it on stage? And all that stuff. So we had a really, really good a few episodes where we talked about storytelling and about being chosen and personal branding. I wanted to share with you today how you can implement all of that with just 2 hours a month of your time if you're using live video. Now, before I forget, if you need any help with this, viralconnectivity.com, you can jump on a quick call with us and see, if this is something that works for you. So let's talk about the 6 principles of influence and how you can apply them to live video, okay? So I'm going to share my screen. There we go. And let's talk about that. So these are 6 principles of influence that Cialdini is talking about. The whole book is about these principles, these things, 6 things. So let's talk about them. So reciprocity. See that right here on the bottom? I don't know if you see that on the bottom right there. Reciprocity principle means that people feel obligated to pay back what they receive from others. So when you jump on live video or when you do anything that adds value to people, the automatic response is like, wow, I got so much from you, I want to give back. And giving back might just be either a share or a comment or a mention, and sometimes even buying from you and getting more. So the reciprocity principle just means like you give and then people feel obligated to give back as well. The second principle is the commitment and consistency. This is super important, right? So people tend to stick with whatever they've already chosen. And that consistency applies to 2 things. One, the consistency of your audience coming back, right, and engaging with you. And 2, for you to be consistent and keep sticking to the same thing over and over again so that you're building those habits that make people want to stick around, come back, and stick with whatever they have chosen. So if they are listening to you on your podcast or on YouTube or wherever, every day that they go to work, that's consistency, right? They jump into the car, they press the podcast button and they go to yours. Or they go to YouTube and they check out your channel. Or they get used to getting notification on their mobile that you just uploaded a new video to YouTube because every day, like the news, 9 a.m., you're going live. So consistency goes both ways. What you train your audience to do and what you're doing. If you're going to start doing something and you're going to drop off, that's going to break that consistency principle. So sticking with it for the long run, whatever it is that you choose to do, that will help you tap into the second principle of influence, which is consistency. Let's talk about the third one. The third one is the social proof principle. People tend to have more trust in things that are endorsed by people that they trust. So how do you build that know, like, and trust factor? If you listen to our show from last week with Mark Ensign, he was talking about people, the know, like, and trust factor, but people are committed to things they love, right? So who in your circles do you trust the most? Who in your circles, hey Cheryl, who in your circles do you go to for help? How do you become that person, the go-to person, right? So if you have a lot of, and Cheryl, thanks for sharing the video, reciprocity, yay. So if you are going, if your friends are keep saying that you should go to that pizza place, then that social proof is there for you to go check out a new business or check out a new book or check out a new movie or check out a new food or check out a new course or anything like that, right? We need that social proof. So when you are trying to become an influencer, all your audience, all the new, need the social proof from their closed one or even some people that they don't know that there is something in what it is you're sharing. And I'll give you a great example for that. All those Facebook ads that you're seeing, do you ever check out the comments below, and do these comments ever affect your willingness to buy? I'll admit I never buy anything from Facebook or Instagram or ads or anything like that, but I've started looking at some things and looking at some of the comments, and it's amazing how some of the comments really kill the ad. You know, people are spending money, putting ads in front of people, and the comments are like, this is shit, don't buy it, it sucks, blah, blah, blah. And then other ads will have comments like, this is great, I bought 9, I bought 10, I'm using it every day, I'm giving it to my friends. Regardless of whether or no you know who the commenters are, that social proof affects the way that you're buying and affect the way that you're looking at things. So if you want to become an influencer, right, in your niche and use these principles, you need to harness social proof and use it to your benefit. And I'll show you how to do that in a second. So the fourth principle is liking, the liking principle, the similarity. And people are more likely to comply with requests made by people that they like. And this one is kind of like, that's number 5, that's similarity and liking right there on the bottom. And this one really talks about how you connect with like-minded people, right? So if you're attracting a bunch of people who are interested in personal development, for example, and they're all starting to have conversations with them and with you, then everyone who comes in kind of feels like, wow, this is home. I relate to what you're saying. We're the similar people. We like the same things. We have the same passions. We have the same values. So in order for you to be seen as the influencer, you need to surround yourself or give your audience that feeling of similarity, of liking, of connection, and that will make them feel like you know what you're talking about. You share the same values. You share the same principles. Everyone around you is kind of like in the same boat, and so they feel like they belong. The 5th one is authority. People follow others who appear to know what they're doing, right? So for you to be an influencer, you need to be an authority. Kind of like a no-brainer, right? So how do you become an authority? Super easy. Share your thoughts, right? Talk about stuff that you know. Be yourself. Be yourself is the hardest part, I think, to be online, because we keep seeing other people who we think are successful, and we want to model them, and then we kind of lose our voice in the process of trying to figure out what works. But if you want to be an authority, you need to have your own voice, your own ideas, your own unique way of looking at the world and sharing that with people. And there's a great quote, again, from Mark. We just had the show with him. Go check it out. So one way of doing this is finding what everybody is saying to do and saying the opposite, if you believe in the opposite, right? Not if you just to be controversial or a troll. But if you see a different way of doing things that like everybody's going right and you're like, no, you should go left, start talking about the left and you're going to become the authority in that left wing, if you will. Nothing political, guys, just an example. And the last 6th principle is the scarcity principle. People are always drawn to things that are perceived as exclusive. And if you've been online for a while, you probably know how that works, because scarcity and fake scarcity abounds online, right? There's so many. Now I think the internet matured a little bit so that it's not, people kind of know what fake scarcity is like, and they don't fall for it all the time, right? So how do you create scarcity that is real and not fake and actually gives people that feeling of exclusivity? Glad you asked. So in viral connectivity, which is our done for you service, this is how we recommend people do that. You go live twice a month. So we have the consistency and we have the scarcity, right? It's only twice a month. But consistently, every month, every other week, you're going to go live and you're going to talk to people, right? You're going to draw them to your own website. That's owning your audience. Don't build your audience on rented properties. If you haven't heard me say it enough times, this is the one more time you need to hear it. So don't build your home on rented properties. Bring people in, right? And let them connect with each other and with you in real time. That builds the similarity, that builds the liking, that builds the authority, because you're the authority. That's your show. You're right there on stage. You're the one talking. That builds kind of like the exclusivity, right? Because everybody's gathering in your own home, and there's not room for everybody. It's only an hour, right? So scarcity, exclusivity, liking, passion, reciprocity, because you're giving value to people and now they want to give you back. The social proof is all the comments and all the interactions that are happening around your show. So with one show, you can tap into all those 6 principles in one time without any funnels or preparations or anything like that, right? So you're going to go live twice a month, which is consistency. You're going to have the authority because it's your show, similarity because you're going to attract the same type of audience to you. It's scarcity because it's only an hour and that's it. That's the only time they get to tap into your time, into your brain and talk to you. Reciprocity, you're giving value. It's not going to be one of those like, hey, let me talk about my, the weather or my workout or something like that. It has to be value driven. Teach something, share something, help them with something, but it has to be value driven so that it's not just chit chat, hanging out, blabbing about something. So if you want to tap into Cialdini's 6 principles of influence without it taking over your time and all your marketing and learning so many new things and trying to figure it all out by yourself, then we can help. If you want to do it on your own, do it on your own. Grab your phone, right? Grab your phone and start going live and start talking to people and start engaging with people. And slowly, you will become the thought leader, the authority in your niche. So I hope that was helpful. Tomorrow, I'm going to join up. I'm going to jump on and I'm going to show you how you can make 6 figures without creating a course, without building any products or anything like that. Hi, David Khazan. Without building any products or anything like that. Completely, there's a little bit of work into that, but I'm going to break this down for you. So 6 figures, no courses, no products, no nothing like that, just by sharing. Sharing is caring. So thanks, David. So, and join me tomorrow. Today, this is what I'd like you to do. If you haven't yet, hop on over, go to the library, pick up Cialdini's book, read about influence, figure it out. And what's nice about this is that once you internalize this, over time, it will just become second nature to you. So without even knowing, you'll become an influencer. All you have to do is be consistent, right? Be the authority, connect with people, give them something that they want to reciprocate, and build all that social proof to kind of attract other people to you. Hopefully that was helpful. Leave your comments and we'll see you in the next video.